Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys My Hero Academia Episode 12, my rewatch series. I had just watched Episode 11. If you haven't watched that one, because I know this is a big episode, if you don't know how my rewatch series works, real quick, I'll do a brief description, but you can check out my first video of this rewatch series for My Hero Academia, where I go into a lot more detail if you want to know more. But I've seen the show before, I'm rewatching it to catch back up, and that way I have, like, the stuff, flushed out that's in my mind about the show, and I get it out on episode by episode, so as the episode's going, I'm not so much reacting as I am discussing. It's almost as if I just did a discussion video, but the footage isn't going to be there for you guys, but it's timer based, so you guys are going to need your own footage. There's going to be a timer. That corner. That was messy. But yeah, that corner, there's going to be a timer. You guys can sync your footage with mine, and I'm going to watch through the episode. I'm watching in subtitled, just so you guys know, and kind of just recap on what happened, essentially, by going through all the episodes. And yeah, once I get up to Season 3, where I left off, like, part of the way through Season 3, I'm going to turn it into reactions. Make sure you check out the rest of my channel for reactions and stuff, because I don't just do these rewatch things, I actually have reactions, which are, in my opinion, a lot better than these, but this is just fun kind of discussion stuff for me. Anyway, I just like I said, I just watched episode 11, because I'm watching a few episodes in a row here, and we had big fight going on, Aizawa getting stomped a bit, the kids are somewhat in danger, but All Might showed up right at the end, so yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the episode, because that's what you guys are waiting for. Alright, so we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Funimation. You should be watching. Oh, okay, so we're getting some recaps here. Oh, Aizawa. But yeah, my webcam situation will be back to normal. Since this is recap, I'll just talk about this a bit. I mentioned it last episode, but these 4 episodes, 11, 12, 13, and then episode 1 of season 2, will all be coming out on Wednesday. But then the day you're watching it, if you're watching it on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, I should be getting my monitor cable, which will allow me to have my webcam back, like, right where I'm watching, rather than me looking back and forth to look at the webcam to talk to you guys and stuff. But yeah, alright. All Might, baby, All Might. And we get the intro. I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a sip of my drink. Oh, I should have showered before this. I was working outside earlier today, and I usually shower beforehand, but when I raise my arm up to take a sip of my water, you can see the grime. See it on my arm right there? I'm probably gonna shower after these videos a bit, but probably should have done it before. I think it kind of wiped off. Oh, look at that wicked bad bug bite. Oh, it's the worst. It's so itchy. There's so many freaking bugs. I hate it. I hate outside. But that's, working outside is kind of my form of, exercise recently, because, a few years ago I started going back to college after I lost my job, and I started kind of like vegging out a lot more, put on a lot of weight, and now I'm trying to lose a bit, and so I've been working outside every day doing yard work and such. Anyway, back to the episode, because we are back in it. All Might is here. Aww. Poor Mina, I believe her name is. Yeah. I want to know. I wonder if they're ever going to tell us more about 13. Like, is there actually a person in that spacesuit, or is 13 the spacesuit? I am here, so badass, and the music is so good. And those shadows. I think Shadows is his real quirk. Episode 12, All Might. Okay, I thought the kids behind him were saying, like, that's All Might at first, like, you have a class with him. But no. Oh. It's crazy to think about, like, his super speed, essentially. He's like the Flash, but ridiculously strong, too. And it's because he's so strong that makes him so fast, and that's, like, something terrifying. Saved the kids, saved Aizawa, and got a little nick in, I think. Because his hand, the bad guy's hand popped off. The hand on his face, not his, like, hand. I'm still curious about that, but I think I'm going to talk more about that later when we learn more about him. Because I don't like spoiling too much, like, talking about future stuff too much in the earlier episodes. Just in case someone saw season 1 and watched reactions, I try not to spoil anything from, season 2 on. Ugh, creepy face. Midoriya, like, is so nervous and scared that he almost messes up so much here and reveals too much info. Oh, the music is so good. That would have, like, killed Shigaraki. Is his name, right? If Nomu didn't get in the way. At least it looked pretty strong anyway. Felt like a normal person's body wouldn't hold up. Just the wind power, like, that's coming from the other side of his body from each punch makes you, like, almost feel how powerful his hits are, even though it's, like, really hard to tell. Suplex, baby. I like how, like, the almost, like, wrestler kind of looking guy was the one that got all excited about the suplex in a way. Like, they showed him talking. I don't know if that's any kind of coincidence or not. Freaking Mineta. Yeah, he's almost got his. It's pretty much at his time limit. Yep, yep. I still wonder how that works. He lost his whole stomach. Is that like a real thing? Is it possible to lose your stomach and still survive? Like, how do you eat and stuff? Or I guess not like how do you eat? I know you still put it in your mouth and swallow, but like where does it go if you don't have your stomach there? Yum. Jeez. Ugh. Man, that's gotta suck. Like, not even, like, it's like his fingers are digging into him. Can you imagine, like, not even just the pain of that, but it being on, like, a part of your body that's already, like, sore and sensitive, too, you know? I also wonder what All Might's wound looks like when he's in his big form. Because I don't think we've ever seen All Might with his shirt off in that, like, form. Hmm. I wonder if, like, how that works, actually. I always wonder that. I'm always like, how do their quirks actually work? Like, if they actually did do this, would his blood and guts actually be, like, inside him and he has to drop them off at, like, a location? Or would they just, like, flow around inside him for a while or forever or something? Or was he just saying that to be creepy? I don't know. Yeah, Midoriya, run in and help. I actually got pretty emotional when I first saw this shit. It's like, I was pretty sure All Might was gonna be fine, but I was still like, oh, Midori might lose his mentor. Although I did find it a little silly that Midori just kind of like jumped in was somewhat useless. Luckily, Kachen was there. And Todoroki. And Kirishima, right? Nice, nice, nice. Yep, there he is. I didn't get to show off. Just a bunch of badass kids. Now's not the time for crying, kiddo. So creepy. With his hand covering his face. I'm guessing he can like see between the fingers, but like the way they shoot it there, it almost looks like he like can't even see. Frickin' Uraraka, god damn it. Like, I mean, I guess you'd be happy that All Might showed up, but it's like such a shit situation, and Uraraka is still like relatively happy, you know? Like, oh, everybody. Oh, look, there's Sue. Yep. Yeah, like I know they explain it here. What I was talking about in the last episode, I was wondering like how his body actually works. But it almost like doesn't seem like he really has that body like underneath that like metal part, you know? But maybe he does, and it's just animation. It's a little weird every now and then. Freaking Bakugo, I love him so much. I remember I hated him so much, but as the seasons go on, I started liking him, and now rewatching it, it's just like I didn't like him in the beginning again, but then like around here is when I realized, like, yeah, I do like him still. Because every bad guy that loses a limb when the fight isn't quite over yet has to have super regeneration, right? Ugh. Can you imagine? God, like, even chunks of his skin came off with that ice coming off, I think. That was nasty. You see him? He was like almost half gone. Like, Todoroki did some work to him, though. That's pretty much like an All Might punch right there, with like the wind blowing everywhere. Although, I feel like not as strong. But maybe they just didn't want to show off with the animation for the bad guy. All Might saved him. Yep, yep. I love the music here too. It's almost like it's a point where he did like such a heroic thing, so you'd think it'd be like more optimistic music, but we know that he is almost at his limit, and getting hit like that is no bueno. So it's like it's really cool what they did with the music there. It's very ominous. This guy's such a hypocrite, it's ridiculous. I like how he goes on this whole monologue, and then All Might responds with like, "No, you're just doing what you want," and he's like, "Oh, you realized." It's like, "Oh, we need our villain to monologue, even though this isn't his motivations." Exactly, like, and now that monologue was pointless. Yeah. Just watch a pro. Yep, give it everything he's got. I love that so much. Gives him a little thumbs up. It's fine. Oh yeah, you puff out that chest of yours. I love this bit coming up so much. I'm so excited to see it again. Oh, that shot is so good! I love how the intensity was like nothing happened yet, but it was almost like the wind blowing, like just from the sheer like intensity of the moment in Midoriya. You could see it. Just blow for blow. Friggin', I just realized the shot there of Bakugo looked, he almost looked a lot older. With his like hair blowing back and stuff. Ooh, right in his weak spot, yep. But that can't stop the glowing eye. Then I have to go beyond. Yeah, plus ultra, baby. Oh, I just got chills. Even though I've seen it before, I still get chills. I love it. Like, if a show can do that, that's amazing. Oh. I love, like, the camera work they do here for this fight, too. So good. Because you almost get to, like, feel the aerial battle with him, you know? So cool. Oh, more chills! God, he's like freaking almost looked like he produced lava with that punch. Bakahatsu! And he's out of here. And the music, like, I think the music is one of the things that gives me, like, the most chills. Like, even though we hear the song a lot throughout the show, the epic moments when, like, the music kicks up in a show is so good. Like, I've realized that as I watch shows that, like, most of the epic moments, like, the music almost makes the scene. Happens a lot in Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail has amazing music at, like, the perfect times. Yep. Which you guys are relatively far from, at least fully comprehending. Can you imagine? Oh, I want to see All Might in his prime. 5 hits to take down that kind of guy. Unless he's just bragging, but... That noise. So, like I said in the last episode, breaking bones makes me wince a lot. Like, it doesn't, like, gross me out. Like, there's not much that grosses me out, but just the sound of breaking bones. That and, like, really high-pitched drills, like, Dentist's one. They make, like, my teeth vibrate, and I just get, like, the chills, kinda. Like, ugh. And that noise was almost like a bone breaking, him like scratching his skin, but it's like so dry and it's gross. Do 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 do. The funny thing is this is a fantastic episode and it shows off All Might. But I mentioned this when I first saw or I mentioned this in my earlier video, the rewatch series. The episode between Midoriya and Kachan where they're fighting in the building, Midoriya punches up. That fight I think is still ranked a bit higher than this one. Like, for intensity and epicness, I think this one comes over the top of it, but for like meaning and strategy, I think Deku takes the cake for this season as like what some of my favorite stuff is. Alright, this is gonna be the preview stuff. Yep, so no after credits after this one. I forget where the after credits are, so I sit through that. So that's where it ended. But yeah, I think Midoriya definitely wins the season for that. But tomorrow I'll be watching episode. These all release on the same day for you anyway. These 4, but I watched 2 today, and tomorrow I'll be watching 2 more. And I will be watching 13 and then 14, or season 2, episode 1. I considered only watching episode 13 and only doing 3 episodes this week, but I really want to pump out 4 episodes a week, because that's like my comfortable point for doing these, like, where I don't have much editing to do. Like, all I have to do is throw a timer on this and find the start point for the timer and the end, and that's it. And that's what makes these so much easier to do, where I can pump out like 4 a week, rather than where I have to edit and I have to cut out, you know, like 10 minutes or so or more worth of like video footage for my reaction ones that get uploaded to Vimeo and all that. That takes a lot longer. It's like probably an hour per episode, I'd say, of editing, and then sometimes longer if I edit through the whole thing and it's still too long, and then I gotta go back and find more to remove. It's like the hardest thing. It's because there's always so much that I want to keep in an episode, so like the episodes still make sense to watch, because some reactions I've seen where they cut up the episodes, they kind of do it in a weird way for my taste anyway, where they cut out they cut out everything except for like where they're reacting. And when you're watching through, if you haven't seen the episode in a while, the episode doesn't make sense. So I try to keep in vital information for the episode, even if I don't have a reaction to it, so that way, like, other people can still know where we're at. Like, it's a show that people should be watching, when they watch through their first time. But, like, for instance, I'm watching, and this isn't an example of bad editing, they do fine with their editing in this one, but I'm watching normies react to Naruto, and I haven't seen Naruto in years, so I don't really remember what the episodes are about. But they do a good enough job with the editing that you can still understand what's going on in the show. But there's some others that they edit it down to like 6 minutes or something, because they just didn't react as much that episode or something, and you don't even know like what's going on, because it jumps from like, you know, one talking scene where like they say something funny to like the middle of a fight where the person like reacts to something in the fight to like the end of the episode, and it's like, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't even know how that episode went down. But anyway, regardless of that, I got way sidetracked there. So yeah, this week we'll be getting into the first episode of the season, which kind of feels weird starting the season and only watching 1 episode, but that leaves, you know, a whole 4 episodes for the following week that I get to watch that will get, you know, that'll be episode 2 through 5, which will be great. And, you know, we're getting there. There is like 20-something episodes, so we're looking at like a couple months until I'm up to reaction point, but we're slowly pushing it, which is great. I'm looking forward to getting up to like the actual, like, where I can react, you know, instead of do the rewatch stuff. But there is some stuff in Season 2 that I forget, and then a lot of stuff in Season 3, because when I watch reactions, for some reason, a lot of them I stopped watching around season 2 and 3, because I think it was like season 3 was when I wanted to like try to keep it as fresh as possible for when I started doing reactions and all that. But yeah. Anyway, enough chatting. That was a fantastic episode. It's one that I've always really enjoyed. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying my content, make sure you check out my reactions, because the rewatch series is more of a, I mentioned it before, but it's more of a discussion from me, rather than my reactions. You should give a shot to my reactions if there's any of the other shows that I've done that you've seen. Give them a shot, see what you think. And if you're enjoying my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. And you can check out my Patreon, which should be linked in the description below if you would like to support my channel. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you from me tomorrow, or for you guys, just right in the next video. Alrighty, guys. See ya.